Okay, we're back. Oh boy.
Now with technical difficulties over. As you were saying with Doomscar.
Mm-hmm. Give me 1 second, because you're not on screen now.
Ah,
Well, that was sweet.
it was very cool. What did
Tell
happen, by the
tell
way?
everyone to come back. Are you on now? Oh, you are. Okay, cool. Or you should be. What's going on? Hmm. What is be happening here? Display Discord. Guess I have to add that source again. Aha! I've done it. I am the genie. Where's that? Here. Wait, I think you're the whole screen. What is it? Jesus Christ.
I've become the stream.
You were the stream. Oh, Jesus.
And I've become all powerful.
No. It's just you!
I am the stream.
Ah,
I've taken over.
that was awesome. Alright. Alright, well, we were almost done. Anyways, so let's. Yep, we're on number 1. Ay, boy.
Alright, so,
Oh yeah,
back
we were
on
talking
track
about
with Doomscar.
Doomscar. Yeah, destroy all creatures. So yeah, turn 2. Obviously you can foretell it, and then turn 3 you could cast it, which is what's so great about foretell is that the actual mana cost of the card is not 5, it's 3.
It's
But you
5
still have to
every
pay 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this card was needed in standard. It was needed in commander too, because even though there are some 4 mana ones, there's like 2 or 3. Everything else is 5, 6, you name it. So at least this way, if you're playing against certain strategies that want you to discard or wheel and stuff like that, you can get rid of these cards at instant speed if someone wheels. And oh no, it's during your turn. Sorry, not instant speed. But if you know someone's playing like a Nekusar deck, they're probably gonna wheel. So you can on your turn get rid of some of your foretell cards like this one and use them on a later turn, which is really good. Okay, yeah.
But aside from that, we do also have, what are you thinking about Righteous Valkyrie? Just beneath Doomscar.
Yeah, 2 and away, Angel Cleric flying. Whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. I think that effect alone is really solid to be on a 3 mana creature.
Yeah.
As long as you have 7 or more life, 7 life more than your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. That +2/+2 Lord effect on a 3 mana creature is also insane. It's just life gain. I don't know, man. It's whew. In standard, this is gonna be insane. Just because it's ETB, they don't need to stay there, so you're just gonna gain life all the time. Non-standard, if you're playing Angel Tribal or Cleric Tribal, this card goes in either one, or Angels and Clerics, they work really well together, obviously. So, I think in a mono white Angel Cleric deck. This could not be too bad of an
Hmm.
include. In
Yeah.
a white black so Orzhov Angel Cleric deck, also not too
Mhm.
bad. I
Yeah.
think it makes it a lot better. So, yep.
But to go with that, we also have the Demon Cleric, Dream Devourer for 1 and a black. Each non-land card in your hand with foretell has, or without foretell has foretell. Its foretell cost is equal to its mana cost reduced by 2. Whenever you foretell a card, Dream Devourer gets 2/0 until end of turn and is a 0/3.
Mm-hmm.
Sure does just say play trap cards.
Yeah. It's really good for the Fortel format. That's going to be pretty sweet. I'm surprised that now this can go in any deck, though,
Hmm.
Alex.
Yeah,
Literally, any deck that has black in it, you should play this card.
I agree.
There's no reason not to. There's
Hmm.
literally not a reason not to play this card.
Yeah.
Oh, what's that? You have a Ingaruk's Wake, your 9 mana board wipe. Get it, just get it out of your hand for 2 mana, and then it costs just 2 less
Yeah. Yep.
later.
You
When
can
you
throw
when you have
everything
time,
into Pocket Dimension
you
where
don't
it's
have
cheaper
to.
for later.
My light went out again. I'm not messing with that thing. I know it's wrong. I'm not going anywhere this time. Um, I thought that it had, um, you know, the switch had been tripped. It's that wasn't the case. So I actually turned everything off by accident. There's yeah. Anyways, I was surprised you didn't go over Bergie,
Yeah,
God of
I was just
Storytelling.
looking at her.
2 in a red, legendary creature God. This should have been a mythic. I'll tell you what. But whenever you cast a spell, you add red until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Um, Creatures you control can boast twice during each of your turns rather than once. Maybe that's going to be something in certain strategies. I'll just go over the backside before I go all giddy on the front. But discard a card, exile top 2 cards of your library. You can play those cards this turn. It's not terrible. It's just
Yeah.
discard a card, find 2 more cards.
Yeah.
In a red deck, you probably went really low CMC anyways,
Mm.
most of the time.
Yeah.
Even if not later in the game, that's still pretty good. Now, Alex, um, Faithless Looting for 1 red mana. Uh, guess what? You get the mana back, Alex. What if you drew? What if you drew other cards? You play shock, Alex. I play a shock for turn. All right, all right. That shock was free. Um, Alex, great shot. It's a storm card. It, bruh, the Bergie is insane.
This card's done.
All right, Alex.
Done with you,
What is
Birdie. Go away.
Mana Seething, I think, is what it's called. It's 5. It's a 3 mana sorcery. You add 5 mana to your mana pool. This says 6, so you just doubled your mana. And then you keep playing cards. In the right deck, this card probably wins super, super early.
Yeah, I can see it popping off. For sure.
Again, Mitch from the Commander's Quarters made a video about Bergie, saying it was the most broken card in Kaldheim. I'm inclined to agree. I didn't watch
very,
the
very
whole
strong.
video, but for any of you who want to see more about Bergie in depth, again, Mitch from the Commander's Quarters, he does great content. Check out that video because he talked about it way more than I probably ever could. but Bergie is insane. Just in the cards that I literally just come off the top of my head, the card's great. Yeah, Bergie's insane.
And then are you gonna look at Graven lore, or are you gonna look at Silva?
Oh, I got Svella. You go ahead and do Graven lore.
Graven lore being 3 blue, snow instant, scry X, where X is the amount of snow spent to cast this spell, then draw 3 cards.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what it does.
It's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Imagine
it's not bad because it's in blue.
Scry 5, draw 5.
Yeah.
Alright. Enough said.
Yeah.
Svella, Ice Shaper, 1 red, green, legendary snow creature, troll warrior. 3 tap, create a colorless snow artifact token named Icy Manalith. It has tap, add 1 mana of any color. For 6 red, green, tap, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may cast a spell from among them without paying its mana cost. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Here's the thing. This should have been a rare. And number 2...
How is that an uncommon?
The 3 mana that you use just ramps you.
Yup.
It's literally
it does
just,
read
it ramps you.
3 mana ramp.
It doesn't tap and sacrifice for 1 mana of any color. It just is there now.
Yep.
It's just
creates
there, and it's a
mana dorks.
snow permanent, in case that matters to you. But then it has this Golos effect, which, by the way, Golos costs 7. This guy, I mean, he doesn't do all that Golos does, but for 3... Listen, this is going in my dinosaur deck. 100%. Look at the top. Look at the top 4. Oh, put Gishath on the battlefield. Don't mind if I do.
This is going in literally everybody's
Not just dinos. I mean, it goes.
I know. I'm just saying, like off the top of my head, like yeah, this is dino
This
deck.
goes
Guaranteed.
in just any big spell deck. I mean, just to be able to look through, and then you don't lose the cards that you don't cast, right?
Mhm.
They go to the
Yeah,
bottom.
they just go bottom. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just a win-win. And it ramps you. It gets you to that 8 mana spot to be able to do that. And then, dude, I don't know. If you're playing the right deck, maybe you're gonna untap this guy and even do it again, possibly. So it's here and there. I understand why it's uncommon. It's because it taps.
Mm-hmm.
It's 8 tap. If it were 6 no tap, oh, mythic.
Oh, easily.
Yeah. All right.
Haunting Voyage for 4 black.
Where it is?
It's quite a bit down. I want to say it's from
I see.
Svella. Yeah, it should be like 4 down.
Yep.
Choose a creature type. Return up to 2 creature cards with that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell was foretold, return all creature cards with that type to the battlefield instead. It is more expensive as a foretell,
I think
but the
this
effect
is-
could also be insane and just read win the game next turn.
Yeah, I think this is the only foretell card that I've seen so far that actually costs more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But obviously that's a very powerful effect. There are other cards that do the same for 7. But I mean, that's a powerful effect. There's no denying it. So.
Yep.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good.
And then looks like lastly, we might have Arnie, Broken Brow. For 2 and a red, a human berserker with haste and boast for 1. You may change Arnie Broken Brows base power to 1 plus the greatest power among other creatures you control until end of turn. For 1.
Uh-huh.
For one, make him one stronger than your strongest creature.
Yep.
Okay. At the very minimum, that is, he is a 4/3. Okay.
Here's one of the Timmy things I like about this. Timmy being like,
Unconventional. Yeah.
unconventional ways of playing,
Yep.
but
Yep.
it's boast one of any color, right? So let's say you have this card out and you're playing like a Sakashima deck with Bio Smasher or something. You make a copy of Arnie, um, the one Arnie. You make one more than the other Arnie. That other
Oh,
Arnie, you
wait.
make one more than the Arnie that you just pumped. That Arnie you just pumped, you seize the other Arnie and then becomes one more.
No, you don't even need to do that.
I'm
It can just be you have two Arnies. 1 mana, your Arnie increases. 1 mana on the other one, your Arnie increases.
That's
1
literally
mana
what
on
I
the
was just
original.
saying.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
thought you were saying like
No,
keep
I was
getting more.
I
and
was
more.
just saying the same thing as you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's like that's a kind
That's
of
the thing.
weird thing that you could do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I mean
just-
it still uses mana, but
Yeah.
you just make Arnie bigger. As a
Until you say
commander, he can be good. Sure, let's say you got a dragon out and he becomes one bigger than the dragon. Okay, cool. I don't know. That's pretty much all I got for him. Now there is a
It'd be way
card.
better with sample.
There's a card that popped up under new MTG spoilers in the same colors called Vault Robber, and I think this is good because it goes with Magda really well. It's one tap exile creature card from your graveyard, create a treasure token. But because you tapped him, Magda is going to make another one. So he just says tap, exile a card from your grave, a creature card from your graveyard, create 2 treasure tokens. Then if you have the dragon, both of those treasure tokens are 2 mana each, and synergies. Synergies. There was, I think we
Looks to be pretty much
we went
everywhere.
over a couple of them, but there
Unless
was.
you want to go back for some sagas.
No, there was just the one I saw. It's Cosmos Elixir. I just want to emphasize this because people have been saying it, and again, not just Mitch from the Commander's Quarters, but other people as well. They missed the mark on this at the beginning of your end step. Draw a card if your life total is greater than your starting life total. Otherwise, you gain 2 life. They could have just given this. Everyone says it. They could have just given this to white and made it white.
Mm-hmm.
And it does. I mean, it does what white does.
Yeah.
Why not just give it to white? Why do you have to give it to everybody? And for 4. It's not that powerful that it needed to be 4 and a rare.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand it draws you a card if your life total is greater than your starting. That's a very loose.
There's like 2 colors that actually care, and that's black because lifelink, and white because lifelink and also white.
Yeah. I don't know. They did. They could have just given it to white, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then made it cheaper. And it would have made. I mean, it would have been draw in white. Bruh, come on.
Would have been a really nice card to have in
It
white.
literally says otherwise you gain 2 life, so you get literally your work. It works you towards being able to draw that card finally, and they could have given it to white. I think they could have given it to red too. Red does have draw, but usually it's draw with a bad effect, and red does not do life gain really well, which means this card probably doesn't fit red whatsoever. But hey, guess what? Neither do a lot of cards that are like in green and stuff, and they still got it. So green even has life gain. So green has life gain, artifact, enchantment, hate. They have ramp. They have.
They got a lot of good things.
Oh
going
man,
on.
they have everything. They literally have everything. And if it's, they even have pseudo counter spells like Veil of Summer, where I mean it counters a black. It literally counters a black or blue spell, but it also makes all your stuff hexproof, which if they were targeting your stuff is basically counterspell. So,
Yeah.
I mean, they could have given other. It's just we're just gonna do what they're gonna do. Here's the thing: it all goes back to way back in the day, where when they made Magic, white was actually the strongest color. There were people who were like, "Oh, white's the strongest color. White supremacy. It has to do with race," and white's never been good since. That's literally what they started to make white cards worse because white cards were so good. That's literally a true story. So,
Wow.
yeah, they had to stop making white cards so good because people threw race into a card game.
Nice.
Yep, and now they're throwing, gender dominance into it as well. So they made the one Planeswalker non-binary. The art, I mean, it looks male to me. In Arena, however, the 3D model, it's female face with a goatee or a soul patch. Sorry, it's strange, but I don't think it was that big of a deal. There's so many powerful female planeswalkers. I don't think that they had to go so far as doing something non-binary and being that progressive, because I don't know. Here's the thing too, is that here's my problem with that is that the card isn't good. Right? If you're going to do something like that, make the card good, right? If you're going to say, hey, it's a non-binary character, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, more power to you. That's fantastic. Do I think Magic needed it? No, not necessarily needs a strong word. But if you're going to do it, you made the card the dog shit. It's bad. The card's not good. So when you introduce, I don't know, when you introduce something like that and then it's not even good, who cares, to be honest?
Yeah.
So that's just my personal opinion on the card itself. Now, Nico Eris may be an extremely strong planeswalker. Well, his card is not good, so
yeah.
I'm all good with it being non-binary. There's no problem with that. But
who knows? We could end up with a good version of Goers later.
Oh boy, I hope so. I want Nico Eris, the first non-binary planeswalker, to just say
exist.
Just to say like. Have an effect against female planeswalkers and then an effect against male planeswalkers. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want Nico Eris to say female planeswalker. Not even female. If they don't want to put pronouns on it, just list off every female planeswalker with a different effect. If it's Nissa, destroy her lands. If it's Kaya, exile the graveyard. If it's, whatever, it doesn't matter. Just start poking at the other genders. Dude,
you get the card.
I don't know, man.
With a small manual that tells all of its individual.
I mean, imagine Nissa was so strong in Standard, and I mean, just imagine the non-binary character just being like, I don't care what gender you are. You're out of here. Get out. I don't know. It's whatever. I'm done talking about that. But, I mean, we've gone through pretty much everything. I will say one more card, just because it's relevant. Tyrite Sanctum. It's a land. It's a rare. It taps for a colorless. It has 2 tap. Target legendary creature becomes a god in addition to its other types. Put a +1/+1 counter on it. 4 tap. Sacrifice Tyrite Sanctum. Put an indestructible counter on target god. So it's not till end of turn that it's a god in addition to its other types. It will now and forever, as long as it's on the battlefield, be a god. Later, you can make it indestructible.
Also, really quick, Craven Hulk exists. He's not good, but he is a giant coward.
Where's that?
Across from Great Hall Starnheim.
Is that on a previous page?
First page.
Oh.
Giant
coward?
Giant coward.
Yeah, he can't block alone. He's a coward.
Yeah, he's a coward.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Alright, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today on our first live stream for the channel. Really appreciate you guys coming out and just listening to us ramble and give our opinions on this set, which is amazing. No matter what I said, guys over at Wizards of the Coast, you guys do an amazing job. This is an amazing game, and I am honored to play it and have the ability to, I mean, even if it's just on YouTube and no one asked me to do it, still be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. So thank you so much. And again, thanks everyone for showing up. And until next time, remember, untap and draw. Bye-bye! Fired!